sick of it. Um,
Don't touch anything.
yeah, I ain't. Hey, hands is right here, bro. Hands
Okay.
is right here. I'm not touching nothing. When Cameron comes back into you know what I'm saying, the chat or whatever, we can start going. But yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on. It shows
Yeah.
that we're all in here type thing, but I don't see Cam, and I'm starting to
Yeah.
get a little frustrated. Hold on.
I know. I'm about to tell him. Text him,
Cool.
tell him to log in. There he goes.
No, he's there. He is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. It's killing me, but it can't be changed. And he's gone again. Add participant. There
Okay.
we go. There we go.
I'm gonna tell him. Don't
All
touch
right, no,
anything,
there he
Cameron.
is. There he's back. All right, let's just dive into it because we have no idea what is actually about to happen with this. It went a lot smoother. So let's just start with the opening. What's some of y'all's favorite Disney and Pixar movies of all time?
Um, that's a good question. Mm,
Well, I'm gonna
I
start
feel
off
like
with the you gotta. I mean, before we get into the meat and potatoes, man, you gotta throw out the Mighty Ducks. The whole trilogy,
It does
the whole
count.
franchise.
That does count. That's a fact. Mighty Ducks is that was a '90s banger that people don't remember as much as they should. Honestly, I'm surprised they haven't redone it. I'm surprised like Netflix hasn't rolled out a new Mighty Ducks movie because it was cool. It was clutch. I'm surprised they haven't redone The Sandlot too. But obviously, that went a Disney movie. The reason I even thought of Disney and Pixar is because I was talking to somebody about Frozen, and they were very old school, like, "Oh, Frozen's ass," and I was like, I don't really mess with it. Like the songs are catchy and all of that, but I definitely see how kids in this generation see Frozen, how we saw like The Lion King. It's it's top tier. But one of my favorites
holes.
yeah, and then one of my favorite actually animated movies from Disney that doesn't get enough love is A Bug's Life.
Yes, agree.
Clutch.
What's
That's
uh
top
Holds
what's
tier.
though.
what's his name? That
Yeah.
motherfucker. Thumper. Is it Thumper?
The
No.
Grasshopper.
Hopper.
Yeah.
Oh, he
Hopper.
was just
His
Hopper.
name.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hopper.
Hopper.
Nah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thumper sounds better, bro. If it was Thumper, I would think he was really about to do some things,
Thumper.
but not.
Thumper
Yeah.
was Bambi.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Oh,
the bunny.
dang.
Yeah,
It was
that's
the
right.
Yeah,
bunny. Yeah.
man.
But no, Hopper. When he has his dialogue about how it needs to stay in its place, that's top tier.
Damn. Facts.
That's top
It is
tier.
this nation's backbone.
Backbone.
Yeah.
If that were a Disney movie, it'd be the greatest Disney movie of all time. Okay, bar none. Let's
I would
just
Hey.
say
go.
like my personal favorite, and I feel like the best franchise in Disney Pixar period, Toy Story franchise. I mean, they're still going. It's going
Facts.
on 40, 50
Man,
years now.
Woody's getting
40,
bald and
50
Yeah,
years.
bro, Woody's losing his
bro,
hair, man.
bro. Hey,
He's a
times is tough,
40. He's a 35-year-old toy. What else do you want him to do, guys?
bro. That's crazy too. He hasn't like torn apart and rusted or yeah. He's just
But
He
he
bone
got
almost
bald.
lost an
repaired
arm.
in Toy
He
Story
almost
2.
Yeah,
lost an arm.
facts.
Yeah, almost
Yeah,
lost an arm.
facts, facts,
Yeah,
facts. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
yeah.
I gave up on Toy Story after the third one. Just like I didn't watch Lion King 2. I watched it one time. I will not watch it again. At some point, like you gotta let it go. For me, one that I think is probably not as financially stable or stuff as like Toy Story, but give me Finding Nemo and Finding Dory.
Yeah,
Those are up there.
I
I
didn't.
Hey,
mean,
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't watch Finding Dory, but it's hard to beat Nemo, man. Nemo's one of those one-offs. It's like you
well,
know
well,
see,
it's
it
Finding
could
the
stand
Dory
gap
alone.
in
is
time.
Finding
Yeah,
Finding Dory is it's an extension of Finding Nemo because it's the story. You know how Dory in Finding Nemo doesn't have his
Yeah,
memory. Yeah, ends up getting the whole memory back and all that, finding the family and stuff. It's cool. It's like
yeah.
it's an ass pull. You can tell it probably didn't need to be done. Like Nemo would have been clutch, and they just kept doing it. But Finding Nemo has some good characters. It has some good stuff. Fish are friend, not
not
food.
food.
And then also Crush, the turtle.
Yeah.
Squirt, you totally rock.
High
Noggin.
as shit. Who do you
Dude.
think's more high? More high for a character? The turtle or Sebastian the crab?
Mm. I say the turtle because Sebastian,
Why?
I
Just
feel like was
because
coming
Sebastian
down.
was Jamaican?
No, because well that too, but Sebastian was
Bro.
coming down because he was very.
Oh,
God, Sebastian was very moody. You
bye,
know what I'm
Leah.
saying? Yeah, he'll be back. He was very moody. Like he
Yeah.
sometimes he would be hot, sometimes he wouldn't be, and Crush was just he was baked out of his mind his entire
Bro,
like he was just
fried.
fried catfish, bro, fried.
I would say like Aladdin. Like I
Ooh,
love Aladdin. You
yeah,
know, and then even a lot of people were kind of iffy on the live action, but I actually enjoyed the live action. I thought it was pretty good.
facts. I Aladdin is a good one. I'm trying to think of some more
Cars.
before pushing. Car. Oh yeah, yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
Cars
I
facts.
is
don't,
up
Cars.
you know
there.
what's crazy is like Cars gets a lot of love, but I just don't feel like it gets enough love.
I agree.
Like,
I agree. I agree. I've watched all three of them too. My
yeah,
youngest,
me too.
he's. I'm like, oh my god, bro. Come on, bro. There's only
Mulan, I like, and it's
Clutch.
just a standalone, but
facts.
I feel like it's pretty damn good.
Facts.
There was a
It was.
Mulan too. There
Was there
was.
really?
Nobody
Was there?
watched that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
nobody
about to
watched
say
that
we
shit.
can
But there is
I
can
a
was gonna
Mulan.
confirm.
say because I didn't even know that there was one.
Same.
It went straight to the Disney Channel. Okay, nobody ever saw it.
Is that the new straight to DVD?
Yeah, it was, I
Yeah.
mean, straight to Disney is
Straight to
what
Netflix, baby.
yeah, straight to streaming. You don't even. Man, I will say, here recently, man, I think Soul was a good Disney Pixar movie. If y'all have had a chance to watch it with Jamie
Hmm.
Foxx, that was pretty good.
Sing's
It
pretty
kind
good.
of yeah, Sing is pretty good. Sing 2. But I mean, that movie was like kind of introspective, kind of too much. But I mean, it's still good. It was funny, and Pixar is next level with the animation now. I think
Yeah.
they're going stupid. I mean, the shit that you look at now in hindsight, like Toy Story came out in like '95, and that animation was crazy,
It
and they've
really
just
was. The
got
story
better
was
and better.
crazy too. For 95, bro, like I remember what was
Yeah.
going on in the world in 95 and Toy Story looked better than the world in '95. So, uh,
Yeah.
but one more that I'd bring up that we haven't, or two more actually that I'll bring up that are bangers. The first one, The Incredibles,
Yeah.
banger,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and the second one, Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
Bangers, banger.
See,
That's
a newer one that I like a lot is Inside Out, man.
yeah,
Like, I feel like
Inside
Inside Out's
Out.
pretty damn
Both
good.
of them are pretty good. Yeah.
facts, facts, facts.
I like
They
those.
just I feel like Pixar is one of those like they kind of came on and like took off from 90 to nothing and have not slowed down for 40 years. Like
Bro.
or however
Well,
long,
that's why
maybe not
Disney
40
bought them
years,
out,
but
bro.
it's
That's why Disney
crazy
bought them
because
out
I feel
quick.
like everything they put out is a banger. Like I don't feel like they put out a lot of duds at all.
Facts.
Yeah.
And it's always well animated too. Like they don't put out some shit that looks horrible. It's always perfect and
Yes.
nice. The music
like-
is catchy. It trends for fucking ever. And yeah, it's
Like what? If we're talking about the best ones or the ones we think were the top ones, and y'all had mentioned this briefly, but Frozen hasn't even been mentioned, and that was like a phenomenon for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
You know, if that, I don't feel like that's one of their best ones or even close to one of their best ones, and it still was
Yeah, I
like
think
a
Zootopia
phenomenon.
is better than that.
Yeah, like
I like
man.
Up
Zootopia is-
better than that, but again,
Yeah.
and we like I don't know we don't give enough love obviously because there's so many good Pixar's, but like just going back to like Disney, like Beauty and the Beast, The Lion
Yup,
Kings, like
yup. Hunchback of
man.
Notre Dame.
crazy.
They put out some bangers. And what's his name? Oh, Happy Feet.
Sanctuary! Yeah.
Happy Feet was a banger too. So yeah, it's
Hey, a low key, a crazy Disney movie that came out like in the '80s. That y'all probably don't know about. It's called The Black Cauldron.
Oh yes, I do. Yep.
That shit was low key scary, and it's a good ass movie. The Black Cauldron's good. Even,
Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch. What was the King? Was King Arthur one?
Ooh,
You know what
ooh.
I'm talking about?
I forgot. The whole reason I even thought of this topic too, and the movie that doesn't get enough love, and I'm pissed off at myself because I didn't think of it right off the bat. The Emperor's New Groove.
Yes.
I don't know how I forgot about it, but that is like, because in my head I'm like, bro, I remember being in school, and obviously we're old enough to where back in the day, whenever you're in elementary school, once you seen your teacher roll in that old big ass TV that was bigger than your house
cart.
and come in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You're like, oh, what are we watching? What are we watching? And it was one of like 15 movies. And they were all bangers, bro. And I watched them all 165 million times, and they were all just bangers. So that's
Remember the
I have to
times.
ask now. I have to ask.
bang. What's happening?
Was that fucking meme? Was that Emperor's New? It's been so long since I've seen that movie.
Yeah,
Which means-
yeah.
Because the only other thing I could think of was
Bring It On?
Hercules, maybe.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, man, that looks like Emperor's New Groove, but I have not
Yes.
seen that movie in so long. I used to
Yes.
watch it when I was a kid all
Oh,
the time. It was
Hercules
hilarious.
as well. I mean,
Yeah, Hercules is
the
yeah,
soundtrack to Hercules is all
top
time.
tier. Yeah.
If we talk about it.
Facts. All right. Well, before we get into it, I also wanted to quickly talk about it. What y'all's thoughts on the college football playoff going to 24 teams?
I don't like it.
I think it's stupid. That's so dumb.
I mean,
It's drawn out. I think it's. Oh, go
when
ahead.
you expand it so far, like for basketball, it's different to me because you play so many games. But in football, you play 12. So when you expand it so far, it makes the regular season games so much less meaningful. Like, I miss on, the Iron Bowl weekend. Like that game is not going to mean as much anymore because most of the time, those teams are or like the big game or the game whatever OSU Michigan, like so many times those games have been win and you're in, even though you're both undefeated, number one and number two. Like those, it's going to lose their luster. Conference championships are going to go away, and I think winning your conference used to carry pride, and now it doesn't anymore, in my opinion. Like, I remember thinking, man, fuck the SEC. We're Big 12 champs. We're gonna kick their ass, and it being a thing. Now it's like that's going away. I don't like it. I mean, it's cool. You get more meaningful games late in the year, but I'd rather it stay at 12.
I personally don't want a really good MAC team playing a number 6 LSU squad that lost one game to Alabama because it's going to be ass. Well, I mean, the only thing that it does is it allows an opportunity for those teams to get some exposure, but at the same time, it's like you're becoming such a capitalist market that you are drawing out the season even longer. When college football, it's such a flash in the pan, like who's hot this quick, get behind the momentum of this team, and now you're like, I mean, if there's 24 teams, you're talking about they're not going to get done until the middle of January. Well, that's prime NFL playoff time. I don't want to watch college football in the middle of January. I don't.
Well-
It's early January, and then the NFL playoff starts because you're talking about 2 weeks difference between conference championships in the NFL and
Well, they're talking about getting rid of conference championships.
in the NFL.
No, in college football.
No, that's what.
So I'm saying,
yeah,
like,
but that's
it's-
what I'm saying.
Well, I'm saying if you get rid of the conference championship games, instead of that, if you start the playoffs, then I don't think the season will drag out as long as what people think it will. I do think it's way too much. Like, I think they're getting to the point where they want so much money. They're just being very money hungry and stuff like that. But for me,
Yeah.
I enjoy shit. I'd rather watch college football than be stuck in late February and shit and watching UFL. I think it's gonna lead to some bad games most of the time,
Yeah.
but you'll have a Cinderella run like you can see in college basketball. Occasionally, you'll see a big upset, and it'll do big things for schools that maybe don't have the recognition of others like Oklahoma, Alabama, and stuff, and it could financially help them get a foothold to be able to offer more NIL money. But on the flip side of that, depending on how they set it up, I don't want to watch a number 4 play at number 24. I think if it's depending, right? If it's an actual Power 5 schools, I'm fine with it. Because we see in the regular season all the time where number 1, whoever, plays number 24 and it's a close game, and you know what I'm saying, it comes down to the wire, like Indiana against Penn State this past year. So there's a world where it can still be a good game, even though they're overmatched. I just don't want to see horrible schools get brought in just because now there's 24 schools. Like, I think they have, and they're not going to, but they have to do a good job of making sure the best 24 teams get in, and not the teams that are ranked the top 24, if that makes sense. Like, I don't care if I'm trying to think of a team like Wake Forest is number 24. Like, I don't want to watch Wake Forest play. I would rather see Ole Miss or somebody like that play.
It's like, bro, I'm not trying to watch Tulane play fucking Bama. Or,
Facts.
you know,
I mean, so like I like what it can do in terms of, like, you know, the UCFs of the world that were good, and I think probably could have made some noise against a top tier team, or Boise State back in the day. You know, I like
Don't
that
mention them. Fuck Boise.
I like that. But I mean, you get those once every 5 years. I mean, you have a good group of 5 team, but not one that everybody and their mom knows can run with a big dog. That's like once every 5 or 6 years.
Yep.
You know, I hate that. What I don't like about it is what it's taking away from football. And then again, we're gonna expand to 24. Okay, why are we doing that? Because, you know, 13, 14, 15, those teams didn't make it in, and they felt like they should have. Blah 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 blah. Well, guess what? Don't fucking lose games. You know, and we're gonna go to 24. And then what happens when number 25 doesn't get in? And number 26 doesn't get in. We're just going to keep going up and expanding. I mean, it's just, I don't know. When do you stop?
They're never
we
going
need
to.
a 64 team playoff.
College
Bro,
football player.
by the time we're in our
We're gonna drag
70s,
this out till March.
yeah, by the time we're in our 70s, bro, football may be year round. It may be
God.
year round because it's at the point. And I like, for me, I'm fine with it because I'd rather watch NFL and college football year round if I could, because whenever there's not a lot of that on, I'm like, I watch the NBA, but I don't watch the NBA like I used to whenever I was younger. I get bored with shit, and but again, I know what it's gonna do. It's gonna be like North Texas versus Georgia, and like,
Yeah.
I'm a root for the Mean Green. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to see the upset, but it feels like an ass pool.
I don't want to see Arkansas State play Michigan. Like, it's
But that's what I'm saying is if they do it some way like they're doing the playoff now, where you give what the Power 5 conference is so many of the berths, and then maybe you give an at-large bid to one of those, the Sun Belt Conference or whatever, to get one of them in, to give somebody a hope of a Cinderella run, it's cool. But majority of those 24 teams that get in, they need to be the best teams. I don't care about rankings. They need to be the best teams. If let's say LSU has 4 losses and somebody in the Sun Belt has 2, Sun Belt, I'm sorry. We know what's going to happen. I would rather put LSU in because I know they at least have a chance. I don't want you to get beat by 65 because there's no viewership. People are going to shit over on it, and people are just going to stop watching. So,
Well, and not to mention, like, LSU, because you got to think, and this is part of what I will like about the 24 team playoff, is because I can't remember if they said the first 2 or 3 rounds will be home games.
yeah.
If you do it like that, cool, because you'll like, what makes college football so awesome is the environment in the home stadiums. I hate neutral site games. They're stupid. Like, I want home and homes, and I want hosted playoff games until you get to like the semifinal and championship. And then if you want to go to like your main bowls, like the Rose Bowl and the Orange Bowl, cool. Personally, I think the Rose Bowl should host the national championship every year. That's just my opinion. But
the granddaddy of them all.
yeah, I like that. I like that would happen. But again, like Marlon said, if I'm looking at a 7-4 or 8-4 LSU or a 10-2 Arkansas State or Louisiana Raging Cajuns. Who do I think is going to go into Columbus, Ohio, and have a chance to win a playoff game against that atmosphere?
Facts.
Give me them cages, boy. I want them cages to come down there.
Yeah,
Go up north where it's a little
But
cold. now.
I do, and one thing before we keep it pushing too, one thing that I think that it will help though is I think it'll help the Big Ten not dominate college football, because now you can't just avoid big time matchups except for twice a year. You have to play more games against quality opponents to even get there. And if there's no conference championships, it's probably going to lean to more cross conference matchups. And if you're avoiding them and other teams aren't, I would honestly hold that against you. Like, we're getting to the point now to where undefeated isn't going to mean as much as it used to. I would rather go off of like degree of difficulty, because if Ohio State is 11-1 and their only ranked win is Oregon, I personally don't care. I really don't. Like, I would rather an Oklahoma get in who had to beat Texas, Georgia, like Tennessee, like all those schools. Even if they lost 2 games, I prefer that over them having fucking lunch meat schedule. You know what I'm saying?
I would like that. Like say you get to the end of the season and you finalize your 24 teams that are going to go in, and you put them all in a pool and look at their margin of victory versus strength of schedule and re-rank them for seeding. Like, I think that would kind of be cool.
Yes. Like,
I mean,
it would be so innovative. They could call it the BCS.
Whoa.
But I can't believe it.
Hey,
Well, I
listen,
think
we
you're
got to be
cooking up
careful
something
throwing
right
the
now.
BCS
Hey,
out there, because
it's copyright
BCS
infringement.
just loved Oklahoma so much.
Bruh, hey, I won't even lie. Like, I remember the hatred of the BCS whenever it was a thing. And I wasn't the biggest lover of the BCS, but I think the BCS did better, honestly, than we've seen in the playoff. I feel like the playoff is messed up way more than the BCS did. And I've thought for a while that they should have kept the BCS rankings and still had a playoff committee.
Yeah.
And just use the BCS to actually help. You know what I'm saying? Because some of those people that are on the committee.
Yeah, and to be honest with you too, bro, the fact that in the hindsight, right, we're going up to 24 teams, right? When the CFP first came out, bro,
It was 4.
who was on the committee that only have 4?
Kirby
Like-
Hocutt, baby.
Oh,
Was it Andrew Luck's dad on it? But I mean, if you think about it, you're like, 4, and now we're getting up to 24 in 12 years since it first came out, because the first year of the CFP was like 2013, 2014,
they
something like
seen
that.
them checks, bruh.
Yeah,
You seen them checks for them games, and then you expand it, and then you seen how, bro. You remember the atmosphere in Norman for Bama, like Bama, that you can't top it, bro. It's college football on a different level. Essentially, you're making college football. You're giving it. You're changing it from what it was and what it did mean, but you're giving it that atmosphere still. Essentially, think of it like the Thunder. Like, what separates the Thunder's environment from everybody else in the NBA? It gives you a college feel,
like yeah,
right?
feel
So
to
it's
it.
very cheered the same way. It's basically OU's stadium transferred into downtown Oklahoma City. Not like you're doing that in all over college football. You're giving them the playoffs. You're giving them shit like that. Now, I don't know what, like, because the NFL is going to end up expanding. We're watching college basketball expand. We're watching all sports going to expand, and I just think everybody's trying to
The
catch baseball,
UFL
baby.
is expanding.
But don't you?
What's
but
up?
Don't you think?
Coming to
but Don't you
OKC.
think that? Don't you think that part of that, like part of what we got to see in Norman last year, was because we haven't been there in so
Yeah.
long. Whereas if we had a 2014 playoff every year since the playoff initiated, we would have been there 90% of the OU seasons. Don't you think that would kind of wear like contribute to it losing its luster a little bit when you're always there year
Yes,
after year?
yes and no, because I think anytime any big school, no matter how good or bad I think OU is, Norman's gonna show up. When you know what I mean, like it's gonna be
Yeah.
lit
You might not
as
get that
hell.
I mean,
everywhere,
Auburn's
though.
No, I
Auburn
think-
shows up and they suck ass.
Yeah. I think it'll
Okay,
be
yeah,
lit
I-
every year because there's gonna be people that don't care, and they're gonna go down there and rep, and it's gonna be hyped. Now, Obviously, if it's something like a LSU team from 2019 pulls up, maybe it's not going to be a little as lit as that. But I
I might
mean,
stay home. Yeah. if
yeah,
they
facts,
show up.
facts. But like anything close or like a like Bama, where OU fans, especially over the last 10 to 15 years, have had like a rivalry with kind of. I think they're going to show up. Imagine if USC pulls up.
Yeah.
It's over with.
God damn it. All they had to do was win their last fucking game last season, and we'd have gotten
Well,
Norman.
we got
bastards.
more. We have more of a chance to get Lincoln here with that dry ass brisket. But let's keep it pushing. Let's see. I can't believe I'm still bringing up that. So let's just go ahead and jump into it, fellas. NBA playoffs. We'll save the Thunder Lakers series for last. Let's start off. Y'all been watching it. What do y'all think about it? Has there been anything that has shocked you? Obviously, was there how many series going on? 4?
4.
4 total.
So you have the Knicks and the Sixers, which the Knicks are up 3-0. You have the Spurs and the T-Wolves. The Spurs are up 2-1. The Cavs and the Pistons are up 2-1. And the Thunder and the Lakers and the Thunder are up 3-0. Has anything surprised you?
Yeah. There's
What?
been a couple of things.
The
What
Knicks-
surprised you?
The Knicks just kicking the dog shit. Like, not that they're winning, that they're winning by fucking 40 every single game against Philly.
Yeah,
Kind of surprises me. Like
I
how
think the most
good they
surpri-
look.
Yeah.
I think the most surprising thing to me is how like the Knicks are the Knicks, right? They play well, but like come playoff time, they're gonna shit down their leg and then they're gonna fumble something. This Knicks team in the playoffs so far, they had a couple hiccups against Atlanta early in some battles, but right now over their past like 5-6 games, dominant. And it's shit that like when you watch the game, it's like, okay, so Jalen's gonna get 30, and then everybody else is gonna have 10, and they're gonna win by 30 or 40 points. Really,
Yep, and he's gone. But go ahead, Kev.
I was gonna say, it's one of those like I've been pro Detroit. That's how I've been since the beginning. Like, oh, they're getting Cade back. They're gonna, Detroit's who I'm gonna pick to come out of the East. And the way the Knicks are playing right now really makes me want to lean more Knicks. But I just can't trust them.
Yeah.
But I want to so bad because they look so dominant right now. I just know they're going to get to the Eastern Finals and they're going to square up with the Pit because I'm picking the Pistons to beat the Cavs.
Oh, yeah.
They're going
bro.
to square up with the Pistons who play physical, rugged defense, and they're not going to like that. And
Yeah, well, and Cat's gonna disappear. It's all gonna be
Yeah.
on Brunson's shoulders, and
Yep.
I'm not gonna say nothing negative about Brunson, but I will say everybody needs help, and bro, it's I don't know, but I'm curious as y'all's thoughts. Since Isaiah's joining us back, I'm curious y'all's thoughts. Do you think that it could be a little bit different because last year the Knicks looked good all season, and then now they didn't. They had some some stutter steps, and now they're clicking. Is that because they're fresher? Because we all know that Tibbs
he was running their asses into
played
the ground.
people 862. Yeah. So now that Tibbs ain't there, do you think it was one of those they were saving their legs for this, or you still don't trust that shit?
I don't trust it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I want to
part
so
of me- a part of me
bad. I
doesn't
just
trust it.
when they play a team that is more physical or matches their physicality, they don't like it. They don't respond well.
Facts.
Like they give me Laker vibes. No, and it's not a shot. It's just when teams start being physical with the Lakers, even if the Lakers are being just as physical, when teams start being physical with them to the same degree, it turns into a wine fest.
Yeah.
And that's not speaking just on this Thunder series. I just feel like that's been the Lakers for the last four. That was the Lakers against Minnesota last year. Was it Minnesota last year that eliminated them?
God. You said what?
Maybe.
Was it Minnesota that took them out last year?
Yep.
Yeah, and it was the same. It was the same then. And it's like, dude, just play. Like,
They won't. Look who
Damn,
their leader is.
God.
He's gotten away with his entire career.
Bro.
And I'm not trying to hate. I'm a Lakers fan. Obviously, you see I got the Bean shirt on.
Yeah.
But oh my god, bro, my internet is good. But he's a crybaby, bro. Like that. Like it's one of those where every time he feels like he gets fouled, and I'm not gonna say that he doesn't have the right to be upset, but just run back, bro. Like you're crying to the refs. You're trying to
was
show
crazy.
them up, and you're not going to. It's never worked. Like I don't understand people's thought process of like I'm gonna keep complaining until it works. It's never gonna work.
Yeah.
They feel like you're disrespecting them because you're trying to show them up on national TV. It's never gonna work, bro. Like, just keep it pushing. And it, like, for me, like I said, LeBron's done that his entire career, and it's never worked.
I feel like, people could say there, like, I have a couple of notes on the Thunder. Number one, people can say what they want about the Thunder, and they're flopping. Don't care. They don't whine when they don't get the call. I mean, they might throw their hands up, but then they're hustling back on defense. They don't protest. They don't fucking pull the ref to the, swarm the ref after a game. I don't see them doing any of that. They just play ball. Number two, like, the difference between the Thunder and everybody else is Lou Dort, Cason Wallace, Alex Caruso. They have played like this the entire season, and even further than that. That is their identity. So when a ref takes a court, they're looking at Dort like, okay, this dude's a rugged defender, so that's how he's gonna play. That's who he is. So he gets away with a lot more physicality than, say, like, Austin Reeves, who, isn't a rugged defender and plays pretty boy ball all year, and then decides in the playoffs he wants to play rough. Like, that's not who you are. So I feel like there is a lot of that going on. But I don't know, man. It gets on my nerves to see Austin Reeves, and I'm a Reeves fan. Y'all know that. But just watching in the series, I mean, he goes into the paint recklessly and gets touched and then just whines. I'm like, oh my god, dude, just go back and play fucking defense.
You know who doesn't whine? Victor Wembanyama.
Man, he whines.
Okay.
He whines. He's a puss.
You know who doesn't whine? Stephon Castle. You know who
I will
doesn't
say,
whine?
I'm ready for Stephon Castle and Jaden McDaniels to fight. I'm straight for it.
Yeah, I feel like that
I
would
just
be the
wanted to
most
happen.
hood altercation.
It
of
shit
all
ain't gonna
time.
happen. It shit ain't gonna happen. I won't lie. Nothing has shocked me in the playoffs. I think the thing that shocked me the most is what always shocks me, and it's fan bases. The amount of, for instance, the amount of Lakers fans that hate the refs, and then the amount of Thunder fans that act like when Draymond was being physical with the Thunder, like Dort is being physical with everyone else, that they weren't complaining about it. That is what it grinds my gears, because I'm like, bro, y'all are all just hypocrites. Like, when it's going good for you, you like it. When it's not, you complain about it. And when it's going good for you, you're complaining about everybody complaining about your team. But when it's not going good for you, you're the one complaining. So it's like, it's a bunch of hypocrites who are just like, oh, y'all are just mad because we're better. And it's like, all right, when you weren't better, you were mad because you weren't better. So it's just like, bro, it's a bunch of whining, and it's just frustrating. It's just annoying. I don't want to say it's frustrating, but there's no, like, anybody that looked at the rosters and was like, "Oh, the Lakers have a chance," you're crazy. Like, I
Bro.
told you, 4-0, 4-1 at best.
I'm not
At
gonna lie.
best.
I was talking to a friend of mine from work yesterday, and he said something about Lou Dort. I was like, bro, Lou Dort is not real. He's not really a good defender. He just kicks the shit out of people all game. He
Yeah,
gets
I
away
think
with it.
I think
He's really
Kaysen is.
not that great a defender.
I think Kaysen is a better defender than him. I just think he's a
Yeah.
crash test
I
dummy.
think
But
Case is the best perimeter defender in the league, my opinion.
hey,
Well, if you start looking at Dort's minutes in this year's playoff series, he's not getting more than like 20 minutes.
well, you really don't have to. Shit, they're fucking everybody up. Like, what do
But,
they
you know,
need him for?
it-
Like,
it- in the sense of, like, yeah, I understand the competitive aspect of it, but like they're constantly putting somebody up. They're throwing more bodies at whoever a primary ball like handler is. Pause for the most part. I mean, it's Dort, it's Queso, it's Caruso. It could be Shea. There's so many other people that are guarding like the guy that brings the ball up more than anybody else. And Dort on the offensive side of the ball, I mean, if he ain't hitting, he ain't staying in the
Hey.
game that much longer.
Did you watch the game last night?
Yeah, last night he played.
Did you
a
see
lot.
that motherfucking fadeaway bank shot he hit in the fourth?
Yeah, yeah.
That little midi? I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
To my surprise, I was like, oh, okay, he's actually like being
Bro,
a
he
little
threw
more
a-
aggressive on the offensive
He
side
threw a
of the ball.
lob I think it was Chet in game 2. He threw a lob. He sailed that motherfucker
Oh yeah, yeah,
like
yeah. It was
30
Chet.
feet over
Yeah,
Chet's
yeah,
head.
yeah.
I'm like,
And it was like, how you overthrow
sail
Chet? Yeah,
My
for real, for
God.
real, for real, for real. Hey, I will say this too: DeAndre Ayton and Jake LaRavia, welcome to China, baby, because y'all are
Bro,
done.
Aiden
About
has
to go to
been
Singapore.
But
About to go to
I said it
Shanghai.
before the season too, and this is one of the things I'm saying. Like it's annoying because people are such big fans of their own team that they overlook what we know is going to happen. Like when Aiton signed with the Lakers, I was like, everybody's hyped about this shit. You just watched him flame out of Phoenix. That was a team that made the championship. Like he couldn't play with them because he's a crybaby. Like you think they had a championship team that they could have re-signed him with, and were just like, we don't want you. No, they were like, you're a crybaby who doesn't play, and when you don't get your way, you're trash. And now he's in LA. Oh, we like Aiton, but like no, he's been trash, bro. You're not like people have to understand that when you're talking about people not being good, there's a world where those players play against teams who aren't very good and they can look good. But whenever they play, what did Cat Williams say? Every like a Chrysler 300 looks like a Phantom until a Phantom pulls up. That's DeAndre Ayton. He can look good against the Clippers. He can look good against teams that aren't very good. When he plays against teams to be good, he's not going to be good, and you're never going to have a championship roster in any sport if you can't play good against the good teams. That's what makes you a championship team. So DeAndre Ayton, it was cool that you were a high pick in the draft. You never need to touch the court again. Jake LaRavia, on the first 30 games of the season, you were fine. Brother, you got to go. And I honestly, we're at a point for the Lakers going forward that I'm curious to see what they do in the offseason, because now we're talking about Austin possibly getting like a super max or something like that, 250 million. Can you give him that contract? Because I think
I would
scoring the
say
ball
no
wise,
way.
well, I'm saying scoring the ball wise, I think he can be a true number two. Being a playmaker, I think he can be a true number two, but he's not athletic. Whenever he's not getting foul calls, let's call it what it is, he's not very efficient. And it turns out to be something similar to James Harden, where in the regular season you can score 27 a night because they're going to officiate it different than they do in the playoffs. Whenever it gets to the playoffs and they let the game play be a little bit more physical, you're struggling. You're turning the ball over. You're hoping for bailout calls that aren't coming. So it's like, can you give that 250? And if you do, are you going to be able to build a championship team around it? So that's a conversation. Like, I'm not saying they shouldn't, but I am saying that, like, if you can get Jaylen Brown for Austin Reeves, do it.
Okay, talking about shocking things, because that was the intro to the question. What would shock you the most if it were to happen, as far as who comes out of the East and who comes out of the West?
Nothing.
What does the finals matchup actually look like?
I think the conference finals, and I've said it, the conference finals on both sides, people should have understood what it was. I did think Boston would have been there in the East, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
We knew what the West was. We knew it was OKC in San Antonio, right? Like, I think Ant Man, the mystique of who Ant Man is why they were able to take Game 1. Not just him. Obviously, the T Wolves are like a good team, but I think that's who they kind of are. They're a solid team. I think they're truthfully talent, roster, and playoff style. They're the third best team in the West. They're the only team that probably could have won a game or two against the Spurs or the Thunder. Everybody else, we're watching what happens. You're getting smashed. Either the Thunder or the Spurs in the series, nothing would surprise me. Like, if the Thunder came out and 4-1 the Spurs, it wouldn't shock me. If the Spurs came out and 4-1 the Thunder, it wouldn't shock me, because they're that, like, those games are decided by 2-3 possessions. Now over to the
Yeah.
East, I mean, the Knicks or the Pistons. Like, I think the Pistons will win, but if the Knicks win, like, I wouldn't be shocked. I guess I'd just be like, I
I
mean,
would
shit,
argue to
y'all spent a
say,
bunch of money. Y'all should be in the fucking finals.
yeah, I would say, for argument's sake, I don't see the Pistons going to the NBA Finals, only because if it's not Cade, who, I mean, it's Tobias Harris. It's the 34-year-old Tobias Harris.
What are you
That's your
talking
second
about?
scoring option.
fucking Duncan Robinson.
Sheen.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm
Bye.
leaving the chat.
Hey, bro, have you not been watching him?
No, I've seen him. I know he could do that, but I'm saying
Wet.
in the sense of
Hey.
like the game that they lost, Cade was 10 of 27. He had 7
Yeah.
turnovers, and he had a triple double. People are looking at it like, oh, he had a triple double. I'm looking at it like, the motherfucker
10,
shot the ball
27.
27 times
Yeah.
and made 10 of them. Like he was shooting the ball too much. So is that sustainable to get you all the way to the NBA Finals? And respectfully, I think the only team that can sustain a real matchup with a true heavy hitter out of the West right now is probably the Knicks. Looking at it, it's probably the Knicks. Out of everybody.
Complete roster wise, yes, because they do have enough pieces. Like they do have what Hart, they have Mikal Bridges, obviously Brunson, Cat, OG. Like they have some dudes. I don't think Detroit has enough. I think Detroit could be a team that would get just ran off the court because, like you said,
Yeah.
I think the Thunder's defensive pressure, like if they can get Cade out of there, it's over with. Like it'll be ugly. But I do think playing in Detroit, no matter who it is, that's gonna be tough.
Detroit.
As to where New York, bro, Madison Square Garden brings
I
out the
don't know,
best.
man. I think I'm different
Yeah.
than y'all because I look at like I think that if Detroit can get past Cleveland, and I say that because Cleveland has 2 bigs, right? So it's hard for Duran to just go down there and fucking work. I think they get to New York, and I think Duran dominates fucking Cat down low. Just because I think Cat is soft mentally. Like once
Oh
Cat
my
stops getting
god.
yeah, like once, and that's what I said earlier is once Detroit comes up and plays that physicality and puts that shit on New York will fold. They'll get frustrated and start acting like the Lakers. But then coming out of the East to play either one San Antonio or Oklahoma City, I don't think it would be that terrible. Just because the Pistons will muck it up so bad. Like they'll just make the games ugly, and that's how you beat pretty teams. Like the Knicks come out of the East and try to play that pretty basketball against the Thunder. The Thunder are gonna smack the shit out of them because the Thunder play rugged. Like they play. I feel like the Thunder play both. They play rugged defensively, but then on offense they play pretty basketball. I mean, the only way you can beat the Thunder is to play rugged, ugly style of play. Like that's. I just feel like that's.
I think
I mean,
Detroit has the pieces, but I also think that the war of attrition is going to catch up to Detroit. I mean, not Detroit, New York. And the reason that I say that is because they legitimately, for the depth on their bench, who's scoring, for one,
mhm.
and if you got all your stars playing at least 35 minutes a game, they're gonna run out of gas, man. I think right now, the best quality that the Thunder have and the best quality that the Spurs
Depth.
have is good, good depth and decent bench scoring. Jordan Clarkson is probably their best bench scorer for the Knicks. You can't even tell me who it is for Detroit.
Yeah.
And then for Cleveland, if let's say by some miracle,
Stop it.
who's scoring off the bench for Cleveland? I mean, I think that's the biggest thing that we need to look at when we're
Jose,
talking
is
about
it
possible
Jose Alvarado?
finals matchup.
Is it Alvarado? No, he's with the Knicks.
Yeah, for the Knicks. Yeah, he plays for the Knicks, and he hasn't really been
Yes, I
getting
can
a
shoot.
lot of minutes.
I truthfully
Yo,
don't
can
think
he
that it'll
shoot?
be. I don't think it'll be a war of attrition though, because outside of the Thunder and the Spurs, who's been that deep? Like outside of this year's the past 2 years Thunder, the Spurs this year, and Golden State back in like 2015, what team has been that deep that's ran through the playoffs in the history of the NBA?
Boston,
Which Boston?
this most recent version of
This
Boston,
most when
they
they won?
had-
I don't even
Yeah,
think
they
they were that deep. I just think they were just better than everybody with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, and I also think they won the finals when everybody else in the NBA was ass. I think the Thunder were still too young, the Spurs were ass, Golden State had just came off the finals, the Lakers were trash. Like, who were good teams whenever Boston won?
Who did Boston beat that year?
Luka.
beat the-
That's what I'm saying. Like
yeah,
they,
they
it
beat
was
the-
the
the
West was
Jazz.
ass. The East was even asser. Like I don't think they were as deep as it's just they played a lot of people, but like they didn't have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 dudes that I'm like, bro, no matter who's on the court, they're cooking. Like we just
when I
watched
look
Shea
at-
sit out most of the third quarter and they ran the fucking lead up. If Tatum and Brown weren't playing, Boston's not running the lead up.
Like, when I look back or when I think back to like deep teams, I mean, you'd have to go back to the Golden
Detroit
State dynasty.
04.
I mean, Golden State's dynasty. They had a shitload of depth, and then the Raptors, I feel like, had some depth. I mean, they had Van Vliet coming off the bench.
Yeah.
I think Ibaka was coming off the
Corey
bench, and he was
Joseph.
still okay. Yeah, I mean, they had some decent. I mean, but even then, they only went 8 or 9. It has to be Golden State. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Golden State
it's,
had 10 people that could play.
it's 10, 11,
Like,
12 too, and it was matchup
They
based.
had one of the most underrated NBA players of all time, in my opinion, on their bench, like ninth on their bench. That being Livingston, like the midi god.
Yeah.
You know,
Mo Spates was
Bro.
buried on that bench as well. Like they had
fucking
Boris
Leandro
Diaw.
Barbosa.
Yeah. They had some dudes, and that's what I'm saying is like I think it could catch up with you, but in the playoffs, like we understand
Nope. Uh-oh.
Yep.
that
Yeah,
Mo,
we
like
do understand.
you're probably going to have to I don't know, you're gonna have to yeah, my fault.
Yeah.
Nah, you're going to have
You
to
just-
dig deep, and yeah.
You just said you have to understand and then cut out. Me and Isaiah were like, "Yep."
Oh,
we
my fault.
understand.
Nah,
We do understand.
You,
Yes.
I'm saying like in the playoffs, like especially in the finals, like you're gonna give everything you have, and sometimes it'll work out, sometimes it won't. But I mean, like the Indiana Pacers team last year could have been an Achilles shatter away from it, and how deep were they? 7.
Yeah.
So
Bro,
I
I've
don't.
never been so frustrated with a single individual player more than TJ McConnell. Like, he's not
He
that
was-
good.
What an X factor.
God damn
What
it.
an X factor.
Like, what do we? Anyway, sorry.
Bro, they had
Yeah, I
Obi
don't-
Toppin coming off the
It's-
bench. What you talk about, bro?
It's crazy to me because I feel like both the Thunder and Spurs could take, players 6 through 10 and run a full 82 games and be competitive. Like maybe fringe playoff team. That's what's crazy to me because you got to think like the Thunder, like their 6 through 10 is Case and Wallace, AJ Mitchell whenever Dub comes back. So you got AJ Mitchell, Case and Wallace,
Jay Will.
Alex Caruso. You got Jared McCain, Isaiah Joe, Jay Will. Like, bro, they could compete. I feel like, and be a fringe playoff team.
I mean, they were winning.
Aaron
games
Wiggins is
with
number
part
11.
of that,
Like, that's
that
crazy.
lineup.
Do
They
what?
were winning games with a part of that lineup during the regular season.
Yeah.
They were winning games.
When
When a
SGA
lot of
went
those
out.
guys were out, they were
Mhm.
rotating in and out of the starting lineup between all the injuries that they had, which is crazy to think about because right now there's only one guy that's hurt and they're kicking the shit out of everybody. I think this is a ploy. I think the Thunder were like, "Hey, we all need some rest. We just won a chip.
Oh, for
Have
sure.
a nagging knee injury for about a month, and let's see where we're at afterwards. How's your ankle? I don't know. It's a little sore. Let me give you 2 weeks."
Yeah.
And that
2 months,
happened
baby.
Because I think that the combined amount of games that the Thunder missed with
I,
their players, it was like second in the league for time missed between
I-
everybody that has minutes on the
dude,
team.
I also think part of it is like you have to find a way to get all these players some PT to keep them happy, like to keep your locker room morale where it's at, like your environment or whatever you want to call it. And what's one way you can do that when you're that deep, full of that many good players to keep everybody happy?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, was that a limp? That's a hammy, grade 2.
Yep.
You're out for 6 weeks.
Yep.
Like, I mean, because I do agree with you, Isaiah. I don't think everything was legitimate. I
Well-
think a lot of it was, but you have to label it that way or you get fined.
Well,
know?
also though
Oh,
it does
yeah,
give
yeah.
you the ability because other teams that aren't as deep, players have to play through those injuries. When you're this
Yeah.
deep, you don't have to. You can be like, "Oh,
Exactly.
hammy, man, we can rush you back in a few weeks, but why? Let's make
Yeah.
sure
You
it's
said
right so you don't."
jammed your pinky?
Yeah, 6
Let's
weeks.
give you a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Listen, I have
something
a
like that.
question real quick. Just
Vando's pinky was gross.
Yeah, that was
Ugh,
disgusting.
yeah.
Bro, that broke his skin. Anyways, when they build this new arena in Oklahoma City, who do y'all
Yeah.
think the first statue is going to be
Russ,
on the grounds?
fuck are you talking about?
You think it's going to be Russ? Because I'm
Sam
going to let y'all
Presti.
answer. That's
Give
that's the one I was going to say. Sam Presti. I think you'd
He
be
won't
crazy
get
if it's
one.
not
He
Colin
he won't
Presti.
get one because I don't think GMs really get statues
They
outside.
don't, but he
weird.
should. He
that's
should.
weird.
Shit, they should
He's
give the
doing-
fucking.
Got one.
They should give the Clippers a statue.
Bro,
Jackasses.
he
Steve Ballmer just put. A
Oh,
Steve
Paul
Ballmer statue.
George is a fucking all-star. Let's give our
I
fucking
don't
future
feel like
away.
any GM has ever done what Sam Presti has been able to do.
Fleece
Much
the
less in a
Clippers?
small much less in a small market.
Yeah.
Not just the Clippers, bro. He's been kicking Philly's ass for 10 years now. Like,
Yeah, and they're
bro,
all. It's crazy too because I think and I've been saying this. I think the thing that we're watching with Presti, and people can hate it as much as they want to. And again, I'm not even a Thunder fan, but game recognized game. He is doing right now what we watched the Lakers and the Celtics do in the 60s and 70s. He is just setting the foundation, and nobody can say that since 2010 that the Thunder is not one of, if not the best organization in basketball. They have 3 MVPs in that time frame. They have about to be number 4. They are going to have 2 finals if they win it again this year. They've been to 3. Like, there's not very many teams. Like the Lakers have won. Like Kobe got his. The bubble. They have no MVPs since then. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's there's a lot of stuff, and I think we're watching it real time. Like Presti is inserting himself into the all-time greats of GMs and Clippers. Like, I can't stress this enough. Thank you for fucking up the entire NBA. No disrespect, but like, again, this is why y'all are ass. You finally did what you needed to do, Clippers. You built a dynasty, a super team. It was just across the country.
Yeah, did
It
y'all
was
did
just
y'all
in
hear
the
the
Midwest.
the story, the AJ Mitchell story during the game?
No.
No, sir.
This fool Presti went to a college game that was that UC Santa Barbara was playing, and he was there to scout somebody else. Just seeing AJ Mitchell play, and immediately after the game called Daignault and was like, "Hey, I think I found a guy that like I think he's gonna be the real deal." This guy was getting no burn for the draft or anything, and Daignault put a tape in. And or he didn't put a tape in. He went to YouTube and just nosedived YouTube on AJ Mitchell. That's how they found him. It's kind of crazy to me. Like,
He
damn,
is going
because
to get a bag
Bro.
somewhere else. I
like,
don't-
and I'll give props to AD because AD was the first one and that I remember saying anything about AJ. He's like, I remember him saying after one game, he was like, I like AJ Mitchell. I like his game. And I was like, yeah, he's you know, he'd be a nice little role player. You know, not bad,
Motherfuckers cooking.
bro. Absolutely frying.
yeah.
All right, fellas. Well, pushing off of NBA basketball, the UFC 328 was last night. There was some fights on it. I didn't watch all of it. Obviously, the game was going on, so was watching that. I did get to see the main event. Did see a couple of fights. From what y'all did see or look at this morning, what did y'all think of the card as a whole? What do y'all think? Sean getting the dub. What do you think is next for Sean? What's next for Cumshot? And what's up?
I think Chimaev's going up.
Well, that's already
I think he
confirmed.
was-
He told
I was gonna say he was
Dana
1-2,
right after.
but
Well, he told Dana
I,
afterwards. He was like, "Hey, I'm not fighting in this class no more."
I only got to see the co-main and the main, and just from those 2 fights, I felt like it was pretty damn good card because that co-main was fucking insane. That
Yeah.
that Asian dude, brother,
He got heart, baby. He got
Brother.
heart.
Yeah.
I was like, God. But I mean,
getting
I for
Pieced
shit,
up,
I thought
creased up.
I thought that first round, I was like, I don't know, man, Josh Van,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Well, the game plan worked in the first round because
Yeah.
Joshua Van does not like any kind of wrestling. He's not a wrestler. That's not his game. And first round, it looked like, okay, this is the game plan. We're gonna take him down. We're gonna control the cage. We're gonna, score a little bit, and then I think
I
midway
can't-
through the second, things changed. I think his gas tank went out. Yeah.
Bro, I loved every part of that fight until the very, very end because dude protested the stoppage. I'm like, do you understand that Josh Van was fixing to fucking murder you?
He's
Like,
concussed.
bro, you
Yeah.
were out on your feet against the cage. That last hit that that little left uppercut or hook or whatever that was,
Yeah.
bro. He was
He
about
probably
to-
hit him. He
was
hit him
about to
so
bite,
hard.
man.
Well, he hit him so hard he probably didn't even know he got hit. He was like, "What you stopping the fight for?" And he was like, "Bro, your eyes rolled behind your head, and you
Yeah.
didn't talk for 3 days. Like this,
I
it's
didn't, like,
it's
I
June, bro."
I can't remember who Josh Van beat before he fought Pantoja, but I remember being like, oh, this kid could fight. But dude, his combos he threw yesterday, I didn't know that he was like that, bro. He's got fucking hands. I was
And he's
like,
24.
God, that's
24.
great. I do think. Listen, hot take. Pantoja's gonna fuck him up.
Nah, I think he is.
That's-
I think seeing Tyra take him
yeah.
down like that, Pantoja's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I
Pause.
know where to go.
That weak ass call
all
out
that
after
is.
the fight, I was like, dude, you gotta say something a little more than that. Like, yeah, I think Pantoja's about to fuck his shit up.
I hope not. I hope Joshua Van's the new superstar, and I hope that Isaiah's boy Joseph Benavidez comes out of retirement to fight him.
Why? He's 49 years old.
He
Why do you
still
wanna
got
see
something
this
left.
man get-
Isaiah, my
get
quarterback, it will
sacrificed?
be 43 in fucking December. Age ain't nothing but a number.
No,
I-
it's indicative of no.
I'm also glad, just me personally, I'm glad that we continue to have a champion in the flyweight division that wants to bang and not just wrestle. And I'm glad that now we have Sean Strickland who wants to bang and not just fucking wrestle instead. Because Chimaev is fun to watch because he's active and he's smothering but he just wrestles, man. He doesn't fucking fight. I hate that. It's so irritating, like, dude.
Well,
throw
I
some
mean,
hands.
he'll stand, but he also knows his moneymaker, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's no different than what Khabib did. Khabib was just dominant.
Yeah.
But I do think there's oh, Marlon just had to play that because Sean Strickland is the champ now.
Facts. I think it's dope. Shout out to Sean. Like, honestly, we talk about who's some of the greatest middleweights of all time, especially in the UFC. I don't think he is, but I will say he has two of the biggest upsets in UFC history where no one really
Yes.
gave him a chance going into the fight,
Yes.
and he won the belt.
I'm not gonna lie. When they announced the fight, I was like, man, Chimaev was gonna fucking ragdoll the shit out of him all fight. And after the first round, I was like, this is about to get fucking ugly. And then he just quit trying to. He tried
Well,
to
he
shoot a
ge-
couple of times in the second round, but
Well, when he shot that
Probably
one time
good.
and then he just gave up and he was on his back, I was like, nah, it's over with now. He's gassed. I think him trying to kill himself to make 185 was too much for him. He has no gas tank, and that was the thing. Is I was saying it before the fight. If it's an early fight, if it's over in the first round, Chimaev wins. If this fight goes later, Sean's gonna win because Hamzat's gonna gas. No disrespect to the guy, but we watched him do it in two big time fights. The Gilbert Burns fight, round one, he looked amazing. Round two, he gassed. The Kamaru Usman fight, round one, he looked amazing. Round two, he gassed. So I was like, bro, if you gas and you can't take Sean down, your stand up is nowhere close to being good enough to beat him, and it wasn't. So shout out to Sean. I don't know what happens next in the middleweight division because, I mean,
Yeah.
you think
Who's
he'll run
there?
back with Drakus? Because didn't he lose to Drakus? He lost the belt to him. Right?
yeah, but maybe I think
probably
Drakus
the
the way
best.
but the way Drakus lost the belt to Hamzat, like, bro, you got to come back and prove something, bro. You got
Yeah,
dominated.
That was
Yeah.
But I don't know who else can he fight because Robert Whitaker is old, Izzy is old, Paulo Costa is light heavyweight, Kamzat is a light heavyweight. Like everybody's moving classes or retiring, so it's like who's
Joe
next?
Pfeiffer. Joe Pfeiffer's he's number 4 now. I mean, that's
mean-
probably the closest thing to it.
It would have to be because
Yeah.
I mean,
Damn sure ain't Bo Nickel. He's got a ways to go before he's even in the
until he
conversation.
wins at the White House card.
Yeah.
he about to knock
And
some
then
ass
Dana's
out.
gonna be like title.
Oh my baby, come here, yeah.
It's crazy
yeah.
because like a short 6, 7 years ago, somewhere in there, like the middleweight was one of the deepest divisions. Like and Izzy was running it. Like I don't know. Like now, like Marlon
It's a
said, it just
toss-up
feels
week-
like
week
everybody's
in and week out.
leaving the
Yeah.
fucking division, and it's like there's nothing left.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
Good, man.
old, man. People just there's not a real injection of youth in that division right now. It's a lot of mainstays, and
Man,
everybody that
Carlos
does come
Prates
up.
should move up from the welterweight division and fight him.
Yeah, I mean, what he did to JDM. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. No, what he
I
did to
agree.
Leon Edwards, I went and watched that knockout again,
Oh,
and I
you
was like,
haven't
bro,
watched it back? Yeah.
he took him off his feet. You took a former heavy or a former welterweight champion. You like just straight down the pipe, hit him in his chin, and took him off his feet, and basically knocked him out twice because he was knocked out when you punched him. His head snapped back and hit the ground. He went out again, and he started like he was knocked out so bad that it looked like he was smiling, and then he
Yeah.
got on top of him and gave him another one, and he like Leon Edwards was just looking up, lost into the like in the crowd, like, man, how did I get here?
But no, it was a good card all the way around. But
White
you
House
know,
card is
there-
next, right? The next
No.
next big one? No. Oh.
No, there's
Oh, the next
there's
big one.
of-
Yeah. Well, I know they got fight nights and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I think there's
Let me
one in
see.
between. Hold on.
No, it's literally Allen and Costa is the next fight night. Song and Figueredo is a fight night. Muhammad and Bonefim is a fight night, and then UFC Freedom 250.
Freedom 250, brother.
Pretty. That card, Isaiah, you were hating on it. I'm telling you, it's
Which one?
Freedom.
The Freedom.
Freedom 250.
Yeah, bro.
I just wish they would have added more fights because there's only 7. That's the one thing that I'll say. I like to see a little
Oh, there's-
more.
There's probably
Like-
going to be like a lot of pageantry. Just
That's
because
it's
the White House card,
it's gonna be
like-
pageantry, and you also have to think of the security risk to have 15 fights on the like having people having access to the White House that long. You can't do that shit. And honestly, 7 fights on that card may be too much. Honestly, if they would have
Yeah.
done 4, it probably would have been better.
Yeah,
But them some bangers, bro. And it opens up with Hoke and Derek Lewis, bro. Somebody's gonna sleep early,
Yeah.
Derek Lewis. Hey,
I saw that
House, and you know what I'm saying? He finna knock my big ass out. But afterwards, I'm gonna get my wife. We gonna go to Popeye's Chicken, and yeah, I'm gonna retire.
I saw Hackett he was getting into somebody's face.
Pereira and Ilya Taporia, and like, bro, they'll beat you into oblivion. Like, those are the wrong two, bro.
Yeah.
And Pereira
Ilya
was
being
chilling.
like 5'6".
That's
Well,
what-
but Pereira was just chilling.
He looks so chill at heavyweight.
Right, he
man.
was like-
even
Bro,
at the
he's
fight
eating
last night, he's
good,
chill as fuck,
yeah.
man. He's so happy right now.
Chama,
He got his hair grown out, eating good, got his little beard going.
yeah.
Because when he fights at heavyweight, he's probably like, you mean to tell me that like I just have to have stamina and I don't need to cut weight?
You mean I can throw a leg
Perfect.
kick and none of these heavyweights know how to check it, and then they can't move and get out of the way of this
I'm gonna
left hook?
break somebody's leg. Oh
Yeah, it's
wow.
over with, bro. It's over with. I'd like to see Alex and Hokit fight. Me personally, I think he mows Hokit the fuck down, but we'll
Do
see
you think if he takes the strap on Freedom 250,
when he takes the strap. Sorry,
yeah, when he takes the strap, if Hackett beats Lewis, is there a fast track for Pereira to fight Hackett?
yes, especially if Aspinall is still just chilling.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing, bro. I mean, he hadn't even came out and said anything. No interviews, no nothing.
Hey, well, because he's asking for more money, saying I need surgery, a bunch of other things. So you know what I'm saying? Like at this point, I
poked
think
him in the eye a year ago, and
I get it. I'm not trying to make it sound like he's soft, but it is kind of like, hey, bro, something has to give, and yeah, but whatever.
it's mostly heavyweights that do this. Have you noticed that?
What, take this much time off? Yeah, they're. I mean,
Sorry,
they're
really
they're
the money
bigger.
aspect mixed with title contention. Like Francis did it, John Jones kind of did it. Tom.
Don't put John in that.
So-
Hey,
Is the heavyweight division kind of making a? Are they making a comeback now? Is a renaissance happening where the excitement's back in the division?
no, I honestly, if you want me to be real, I think the heavyweight division has
Lead to
been
that.
so weak for a while that what's been happening is light heavyweights understand that they're so much better than the heavyweight class as a whole that they just go up and win the title because DC did it, John did it, and now Alex is about to do it. And so it's like, I don't think it's making a resurgence because I don't think any of them are that good. I think they have one or two guys that are really good, and that's it.
Yeah,
Frozen.
I'm trying to think.
But yeah, one or two
I'm
guys
trying
that's
to
good.
think the last time like I really felt like the heavyweight division was like fuck yeah. I mean,
Brock.
and again I don't watch it like y'all do.
Well, it was Brock was
But
there. They
Brock,
had
yeah,
Brock,
Frank
a young
Mir.
Ngannou, Cain Velasquez, Shane Carr,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
Frank Mir.
Frank Mir, Mark Hunt. Said
what's
Mark
his
Hunt
name?
was a part of it.
the dude that liver kicked Brock into Mark Hunt was there, but the dude who liver kicked Brock into retirement, Alistair Overeem.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that was
But that-
is this PED Overeem?
hell yeah, Ubereem.
It was. Yeah, Uber.
That was TRT, was legal, baby. He was juiced.
T Overeem. Yes.
Yeah.
And then after he got off the juice, man, he wasn't the same.
He started getting put to sleep.
Ngannou hit him with that.
Oh, yeah,
and I
that's-
watched that his neck snapped back like that. I was like, I
That
think it's over for you.
that's probably the first time I thought somebody was actually dead, and that's
Yeah, that one was insane, bro. You are frozen. Now you're unfrozen. I was just gonna let you talk.
no, that was it. I was just saying that was the worst that I've seen.
Yeah. Shout out to Ngannou though, about to fight next weekend. Some tomato cam on this Netflix card.
I hope he
Where's-
loses.
So was it like 4 fights or 5 fights?
Francis,
on
yeah. Nate Diaz is fighting too.
it? Yeah.
He's fighting Perry,
Yeah.
Mike Perry.
Who is Ngannou even fighting? I know he's fighting. I just don't know who the dude is.
At
And
this
when
point,
is
he's
Gable Stevenson gonna join the UFC? Those are the
well.
last things I'll say.
He just got signed, so they're just waiting to sign a fight.
Okay.
All right.
No.
Well, keeping it pushing. Last, I mean, because we can talk backlash,
Nah, we don't have to.
but yeah, no, I was it was alright, but it was like they
I
gassed
feel-
it up.
The way that Isaiah feels about the freedom fight is how I felt about Backlash. I was like,
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
4 fights. Or 4
Facts.
matches, sorry.
Facts. No, yeah, but and
I
then
do
I was
think
gonna
like Braun and Seth was a banger though. I thought.
same. But I was gonna say to the last point, most overrated athletes, one for WWE, and this is all time. One in WWE, one in the UFC, one in the NFL, one NBA, and one MLB.
Okay. Overrated athlete. Okay.
Okay.
So are we starting with WWE?
We'll start WWE. We'll all go, and then we'll switch to the next. So Isaiah, go ahead.
I think it's Goldberg for me in the WWE. It's pretty simple.
I'd say the Ultimate Warrior.
Ooh, I mean,
I'm gonna go a little more recent. I'm gonna say Jey Uso.
Ooh, yeah,
I mean,
facts,
like I said, I love everything about Jey Uso. I just don't think he's that good in the ring. Like,
facts.
man.
Tag team is why he's good
Yeah.
enough to be in WWE that long. If he was a singles wrestler from the start, he probably would have never made the main roster. UFC.
UFC.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, no. Well, I would say it's a medley for me. I think it's Uriah Faber, and I think Bo Nickel are my 2 most overrated ones.
Damn, Uriah Faber? You
Yeah,
didn't watch
I mean,
WEC, brother.
Well,
Here's mine.
Faber, until he ran into Jose Aldo in the WEC, he was WEC.
He really was, but mine is Nate Diaz.
ooh,
I'm gonna hot take Brock Lesnar.
I can vibe with that.
mean,
Over it, yeah.
I
Yes.
just feel like his run was short, and he's so much bigger. So it's not like he had skills, in my opinion. He just was bigger than everybody. And then when he fought somebody that threw hands, like Shane Carwin, if Shane Carwin had a gas tank at all, that he was getting his ass kicked.
Facts. And then the next fight, Kane finished him.
Yeah.
NFL.
man.
I'll start it.
listen too?
I'll start it. Yeah, you can listen to me. Yeah, I'll start it. And this is going to be a hot take. And I want people to understand that I don't think this dude is a bad player, right? But the number one most overrated player, maybe not of all time, but it's the name that popped up, Joe Burrow. Nobody gets as much hype as Joe Burrow for a dude who had one run that is always hurt. that consistently gets put in top 5 quarterbacks that misses the playoffs all the time. If Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson missed the playoffs or sat out as much as Joe Burrow,
yeah.
nobody, the haters would crush them. But somehow Joe Burrow sticks around, even though he's throwing to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like that one. I was leaning quarterback as well. I was gonna say Troy Aikman.
I'll listen to it.
I mean, because when you start looking at Troy Aikman's numbers over his career, right, with the Dallas Cowboys, Troy Aikman was serviceable at best. Yes, he's a Hall of Famer. Yes, he won 3 Super Bowls, and he was the quarterback behind it. I'm not faulting the man and any reason like that. But as far as like greats,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
all that, no, he's
I
completely overrated. And
No,
I
you're
hate his take on shit because it's like, Troy, you weren't you you weren't making all these crazy throws. You were throwing slants to Michael Irvin and deep balls to Harper. Like that's all you did.
hey, bruh.
And you had a generational offensive line, and you still got knocked out
Hey, bruh.
a lot.
Ain't he in y'all's front office? You better put some motherfucking respect on Troy Aikman, bruh.
That's why our organization is terrible because Troy
I don't know if I would say
remembers.
I don't know if it necessarily like that overrated though, because I don't know too many people that have Troy listed that high. But again, I listen to it because I do think that like for Cowboys fans, like I think some people will pick Troy over like Roger Staubach, and I think Roger Staubach is.
If you pick Troy over Dak Prescott, you're wrong. Other than the Super Bowls,
Troy didn't shit down his leg in the biggest moments.
He didn't.
There
have
were
to,
throws.
because you know
There
what
were.
he did.
Hey,
He gave Emmett the ball and got the fuck out the way. That's what he
hey,
did.
you said all he did was throw slants to Michael Irvin, bruh. If I mean, let's talk about the weapons that Dak has had. You telling me Dez is there, Jason Witten's there, then you get fucking Amari Cooper, then you get CeeDee Lamb, and now you have George Pickens.
No, I'm not arguing
Isaiah,
against it.
I think we need to at least take some time to respect the fact that he took a Dallas Cowboys team that every single day of their fucking life was just blowing through cocaine. He took them to 3 Super Bowls. So that's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, that's fair. I just think when you're talking about all like great quarterbacks, and
Yeah.
I think Troy's overrated when it comes to that. His take with Joe Burrow, I 1,000% agree with that. And then really, outside of that, don't y'all think Michael Vick's a little overrated?
I can hear you for that. I can. I think Michael Vick was more. I think he was flashy. I think he was styled, but I don't think he was ever that good of a quarterback. If that makes sense. Maybe that year with Andy Reid, he was cooking. But like as a,
I don't. I won't put him up there because before the leg break and before the suspension,
That is true, too.
everybody knew what it was, and he was still frying people. Like
Facts.
even though all he had was the long ball or run, he was still frying people. And
when
then
Algie
broke
Crumpler
his
was his
leg.
number one target
Yeah.
too.
broke
that's
his
right,
leg,
baby.
got suspended, and then came back and completely like changed his style of play
Yeah.
because he couldn't run like that anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Nah,
I don't think
I'm with you.
he's like Hall of Fame. Like, well, I'm not gonna say Hall of Famer. I don't know. I don't think he's like top 10 quarterback all time, but
Facts.
I don't think he's overrated. kind of
Yeah,
thing.
because he was the first. He was the first quarterback in NFL history, or he's the first. Yeah, he's the first quarterback in NFL history to go to Lambeau in the playoffs and win.
Yeah, and like I look at things like with Vic, and you see every dual threat quarterback come in, and what's the bar?
Vic, yeah,
Michael
he
Vick.
changed the game, Brett.
That's my only stance on Vic.
Okay,
Well, who's
Cameron,
your
what's
overrated?
yours? Yeah.
I'll have one that's probably a little bit controversial, but
It's not. It's
Colin
Eli.
Kaepernick.
I don't
How
even
is
think that's
he- I was
overrated.
like,
Because I feel like
that's
I feel
no
like,
rated.
I think y'all forget what people used to make this man out to be when he after the first season when he took over for Alex Smith, and what he did at Lambeau that one game. I mean,
I would argue to say, is that any different than any one-hit wonder? What he did.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. Okay, so my other one's Tony Romo.
I'll give you Romo too. I thought you were gonna say Eli.
Nah, well, I mean y'all know how I feel
But
about
I
Eli,
think
but I wouldn't
Eli
call him
was
a
Yeah,
legend.
just
it's
right
hard-
where he needed to be.
Yeah.
Eli
Properly
was right
rated.
where he needed to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
think
I
there
don't
was a
ever
ton
feel
of
like he's
hype
put
behind
there, but-
Eli.
I think Eli
I
is
feel
like
like-
the most bipolar quarterback of all time because you never knew what you were gonna get. Either you were gonna get
Exactly.
4 touchdowns, no interceptions, or 7 interceptions.
I just feel
Yeah.
like with Eli, he played for the Giants, and I don't feel like the Giants fan base don't build him up as, like the Cowboys did. I mean,
He's the greatest quarterback in their franchise's history, and they're
Yeah.
still like, nah, it was Eli.
like I feel like when you look at Tony Romo's numbers, it would suggest a lot of things. But then I look at Tony Romo as when the chips were down and he needed to make a play, he threw a ball right to a corner. Like that.
Yeah.
And I like Tony Romo. I like his heart. I like that he had broken ribs and a severed fucking spleen and still won that game, like led them to a win. Like I like those parts of Tony Romo.
Yeah.
But again, when the chips were down in any close game he ever played, he needed to make a play or take them down the field to score. And he threw a ball right to a corner. And got housed.
One time he didn't, the rest were like.
Incomplete.
Yeah.
But no, I agree because I think Tony Romo was probably in the league at the time. I think he was between like 10 and 15th ranked quarterbacks in the league, and people were talking as if he was as good as like Prime Rodgers. And it's like, y'all smoking bath salts.
Because at the time,
mean,
you got to
like-
think Brady, Breeze, Manning. Fucking
Rivers, Roethlisberger, Rodgers. I mean, technically Russ. And I'm
That's
not
nine
going through.
already.
Yeah, I'm not going in
Ryan?
my bag. I mean, low key, there's more, but again, I'm not gonna go in the bag like that. Pause. But where we at NBA? Yeah,
Fucking
Yeah.
Cam. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, that's
NBA.
NBA. Okay, listen, I got I got 2 NBA players, and then I got one more.
I'll let you go, and I'm trying to cook up how I feel about in the
Bostrich.
NBA. The Bostrich?
Yep, I think he's overrated. Like he was good in Toronto, but I don't know, man. I feel like when he went to Miami and he just kind of shrank, and I don't know. Ben Simmons for sure. When everybody
Yeah.
was so fucking high on Ben Simmons coming out of LSU, I remember arguing with so many people about why I thought he's trash. He can't fucking shoot. He's weak mentally. Like
Yeah.
he's never gonna develop into what everybody thought he would be. Everybody was talking about him like LeBron. I'm like, no, what the fuck, no. And I remember having those arguments because I was pro Buddy Hield. Which, Buddy turned into what I thought he would, a perennial sniper. But, people were talking about Ben Simmons like he was going to be the next face, and I'm like, nah, man, he's not that good. My last one is Angel Reese.
Angel Reese. Me Bounds? The Me Bounds?
Bro. Anyways,
Yeah, she's incredibly overrated.
she's not good.
I don't even think she's overrated. I think most people know she's not very good. I just think people support her because,
She's outspoken about stuff.
well,
maybe.
she's a content creator, and people are supporting her and they like her because they like her personality, so they're gonna ride with her regardless. I'm trying to think. Fuck.
She
Tracy
was like
McGrady.
forward.
I think
Ooh,
I
I
think
like
T Mac.
that.
I think T Mac was cold. I know injuries did him in. However, I think T Mac also shrank in a lot of moments that people overlook because he was hard to guard. I think T Mac was KD after he left Golden State his entire career. I think he was incredible. He could score at will, but it's the same conversation as Tony Romo, where anytime you needed him in a big moment against the better teams, he shit down his leg.
Yeah.
And he just disappeared. He was missing shots. He wasn't efficient. He was just, and everyone just says, oh, it's because of the injuries. And it's like, bro, you can get the injuries so many times. But like when I'm watching Kobe pop his fucking finger back into place and keep playing, and you're fucking, like, yeah, I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't do that. So, I say T Mac just because I think like a lot of T Mac fans place him next to Kobe's, LeBron's, Jordan's, and it's like, bro, he's not that. He's closer to Grant Hill than y'all think.
That's why that trade went down. Um, man, that's I'm really getting stuck on who could who I would.
I'll give y'all a
name.
current one, a current
I think
player that I think is overrated.
okay.
Jason Tatum.
Yeah, all he
I
got
just,
is he got that sidestep.
bro, he could be so much more than he is, but golly, man,
He
just
got
live
that
and die for
Jordache.
three. That's all he wants to throw. And he's not efficient, you know. Like,
Yeah,
there's a reason why Jaylen Brown won the MVP when they won the finals.
yeah.
Like, the fact that they're considering trading Jaylen Brown over Jason Tatum just blows my mind. Like,
Cole's gassing out if he's listening right now. I don't think they're either one of them are gonna get traded. But as a Lakers fan, I hope they give us Jaylen Brown for some Cheetos.
bro, I would take it because I feel like Jaylen Brown, man, when shit gets tough or like
I got one
like
for
I
you.
feel like that's Katie and Russ. Like when shit got hard, Russ got better in my opinion. Like Russ, like again the finals, Russ elevated in the finals against the Heat, where KD kind of shrank. I felt like late in the series. That's how I
Kawhi
feel about
Leonard.
them.
You
Kawhi
said
Leonard, I
who?
mean, Kawhi.
Kawhi Leonard.
Explain.
I think.
I'm not gonna argue it, by the way, but I just want you to
Yeah,
explain.
I think Kawhi Leonard's a little overrated as far as like one the lure of Kawhi Leonard, right? From the Spurs to the Raptors till now. Yes, they won the finals against Golden State, but KD kind of ruptured his Achilles in like game
And
one,
Clay towards ACL.
and Clay tore his ACL, so it's pretty much Steph and Draymond out there. Um, so really, the fact that the Warriors even took him to six, very spirited effort. Kawhi was seen as, you know, a better scoring version of Scottie Pippen, right? Great defender, but could also get his shot. Kawhi Leonard has not been successful in the NBA in 10 years, and we're still talking about him like, oh, look at Kawhi. Look, he's he is flamed out in the sense of like ever being competitive. He had those moments, but I think it just his peak at Kawhi's peak, he was never as dominant as people give him the
Can
credit.
I
He was
stamp?
never the best.
Can I
Yeah.
stamp your point on Kawhi?
Okay.
The Clippers gave up the future of the NBA for the next 15 fucking years just to
Yes.
get Kawhi Leonard. Like,
Yeah.
and it got them nowhere.
Yeah.
They
They didn't
gave
even make it
Oklahoma
to the
City
conference
the
finals.
I was about to say it gave the Thunder the whole league
That's what I'm saying. They gave the Thunder the entire league for the next 15 years
because
just
I
they
to get
get
crashed.
Kawhi?
Because they crashed. And can I add one more? Sorry, Isaiah just
Yes.
reminded me. Draymond.
Yeah.
Draymond to me is the most overrated player. I think Draymond is overrated. I think some people talk about Draymond and the way that Draymond talks about himself. Draymond talks like he's the glue, and it's like, no, you're a piece, but like, let's be real. Like the other night, he said something slick about, oh, I'm just trying to avoid looking like Chuck in Houston. Bro, Chuck in Houston was better than any version of Draymond Green. Like, what are you
Bro,
talking about?
for you
So
to
that-
come out
that's
and
why.
say
Houston, they
that
almost went
Steve
to the
Kerr
finals.
hampered your career is kind of crazy. Like,
No, he made your career, but
yeah. Like, you weren't getting any playing time with Mark Jackson. Steve
Yeah.
Kerr came in and immediately made you a starter.
He was like, we need this to be successful. That's what Steve Kerr did because Steve Kerr also understood the blueprint. Steve Kerr was on several championship teams and understood that you needed a guy like Draymond to do the little things in that role: rebound, pass, defend, be the energy sometimes, because that's not really Steph's personality. That's not really Clay's personality. You needed a guy that was going to go to war for you and have your teammates back. That's what
You
Draymond
needed a guy to
became for
punch
that
Jordan
team.
Poole and get him out of there.
Yeah, you needed a guy to kick Steven Adams in the nuts. You needed that. You needed a guy. You
Listen,
needed a guy
everybody-
to stop on DeMontis Sabonis.
Listen, everybody needs a Kel Bonson to set screens and pass the ball to real players.
Yeah,
Facts.
that's right.
Fact. That's what. And that's what I'm saying. That's exactly who he is Cale Bonson, and that's why I'm like, bro, why are you talking like you really are just cold? Like The Austin Rivers back and
That
forth that
whole
Draymond had, I've been like, I was like, bro, I understand. Like Draymond's resume is better than Austin Rivers, but it's because Austin Rivers was looked at to be the man, so he fell short of being the man and stuff. But he's still a better basketball player than you, Draymond. Like he's still like he didn't have Steph, Clay, KD. He had
Literally
what he
was in
came into
New
the league. Yeah,
Orleans.
3 Hall
Yeah.
of Famers. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
But sorry.
When Austin went to the Clippers, and his role was a little different. He was supposed to be a bench scoring guy. He flourished in that role. You know, hey man, come in here, hit a couple threes. You know, score like 10 to 15. It actually like worked out for him really good. But Draymond is going to go in the Hall of Fame, averaging 8, 6, and 6, and I think that's why he's overrated.
All right, and the last MLB. I'll tell you. Y'all ready? For me,
Derek Jeter, you're gonna say it. You're
I'll
gonna say
slap.
Derek?
No, no. But I will say his running mate, Alex Rodriguez.
Overrated?
I think A-Rod was a great baseball player. I think
the
A-Rod
90s.
was one of the best talents that we've seen. And honestly, if they wanted to have and possibly could have, they could have let him play shortstop over Jeter, right? But I do think that he got a lot of passes for showing up small in the postseason when it mattered the most. What we're watching Aaron Judge do right now, Alex Rodriguez did that for a long time. So again, as I'm saying overrated, I'm not saying he's a bad player, and I'm not saying he's not a great player the same way I was mentioning about Joe Burrow. However, I do remember him shitting down his leg when it mattered more. So I think sometimes he was talked about a little bit higher than he should have been. But no, Isaiah, I would never mention the captain, bro.
Marlon, I will say that I have a Yankee on mine, but he
the
is a running
Yankees.
mate. He is a running mate of Aaron Judge,
Giancarlo?
Giancarlo Stanton.
Yep.
He was fantastic in Miami. So I'm not discussing his Miami time. But the Yankees gave him an absurd, or traded for him after the Marlins gave him an absurd contract. And he's done nothing for the Yankees. Like, he was supposed to be, like, you were supposed to have 260 home run hitters. And this man can't even get on the fucking field.
Bro, I
Like,
remember
it's
his first
crazy.
home run. His first home run at Yankee Stadium, he hit the ball, and I was like, "Oh my god,
We're so back.
they're gonna be so unstoppable. You can't pitch away from both of them." And they were like, "Yeah, we're not going to. We're just gonna throw low and outside ball, or yeah, low and away, and they're gonna reach every single time." And every time they get into the postseason, they just throw low and away, and the motherfuckers be shit. But Isaiah,
Man, you know, I don't watch baseball as tough as I should, but I will say, to me, I think one of the most overrated people in baseball is
Jackie
probably
Robinson.
Jose Altuve.
No, I'm just playing.
Jesus, I mean, look at his stats. I think it's Jose Altuve. Respectfully, I think he's incredibly overrated, and I think yes, it's because he's short, and maybe that's why he's a little more overrated because it is impressive at that size to be on the field. But I just think there's so much hype around that Houston team for the time that they had it, and really he had a couple big moments, but outside of that, I don't think he's been that impressive, or he was that impressive with his time there. Is there any pitcher that you guys think is
Yep.
overrated?
Yep. Jonathan Papelbon. Because he was drafted to come in and be a star with the Red Sox. And I can't remember who. I'm sorry. I said the Red Sox. God, I'm dumb. The Nationals. And you know what he's known for in his career?
No.
Getting into a fight with Bryce Harper in the dugout.
Ooh,
Love it.
yeah. Love that.
I think
Love that for him.
in terms of overrated, what his hype was, like, he didn't do anything remotely close to what he was billed to do and become. And so I guess maybe that's not overrated per se. Maybe that's more flop. but or bust. But
No, you can use that as overrated though, because overrated just means people talk about them as if they're and they're not that. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. But
You're not
gents,
that gay.
gents, it is great to be back. I also wanted to mention to all the mothers out there, which none of y'all are listening to this, probably, but
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
yep.
But yeah, what do y'all want to leave the listeners with this week?
Blake Griffin is a Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah. Real quick. Is Blake Griffin a Hall of Famer?
Yes. Yes.
I would say no.
I'm not.
I'll say yes, just because of the people that are getting in. I think Grant Hill got in, and so I think Blake's ceiling was a little bit higher than Grant Hill's. He was at one point, or he was top 3, top 4 player in the league at one point, and
He was in the MVP race.
yeah.
several
So
seasons.
just because I think they let a lot of players in, Blake may get in. He may. If he doesn't, though, I wouldn't trip. Like, I don't think Blake is one of those players that you have to be like, he has to be in the Hall. Like, nah, I don't think he's that. But I think if he gets in, I'm like, I can see why you got him in.
See, that's kind of how I feel. It's like I'm like just looking at it. I mean, he averaged 19, 8, and 4 over his career, which are solid numbers. He's a slam dunk champion. He was all rookie first team rookie of the year. So it wouldn't surprise me, but the reason I would say no is because he never made it past. Did he ever make it to the conference finals in his career?
No, the Clippers
No.
never did.
And neither did he. And the Nets didn't do it. When
Well,
he
no,
was there.
actually, he did. No,
Or did he? Did he make it with Boston?
Yes, with Boston, I,
think-
believe they went to a conference finals. With Brooklyn, he definitely didn't. I'm trying to remember. No, I think they should have went to a conference finals, and Chris Paul got hurt.
And then Katie's big ass foot is the reason why they didn't go whenever he was with Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Y'all
but he was
remember?
like he was a bench
Yeah.
a role player
So,
at that point.
I mean,
Yeah.
when he was getting like burned, he never made it to a conference finals. He never made an All NBA first team. Only made an All NBA second team twice in his career. I mean, that's just because of that. I mean,
How many times was he an All Star?
I don't know, but
6.
Penny Hardaway may get in.
right? I'm saying like
For
like, in my-
argument's
in
sake,
my-
that's
Oh,
why
yeah.
I'm going that route.
in my
Yeah.
mind, I'm like, I mean,
At what
this
like the
point,
Hall should
yeah,
be
yeah. I mean,
for
it
the
should be
the
sacred.
greatest
Yes.
players, and not just
So-
oh, you were good in your time, you should get
for
in.
what I expect the Hall of Fame to be, I don't think he should.
No, I
But
agree.
When I'm looking at his accolades, he probably will, and I'm okay
Yeah.
with that because, I mean, he was a phenomenon too, for his time in with the Clippers. I mean,
Yeah.
even with the Pistons that first year, I mean, he was cooking. So
Facts.
Yeah.
I think the NBA
wouldn't
Hall of
matter.
Fame is the WWE Hall of Fame because I think
Yeah.
the WWE Hall of Fame lets way too many people in that shouldn't be in.
yeah,
So, no disrespect.
Point is, I think with the amount of times that he was an All Star, he made All NBA second team twice. She said he was in the MVP race a couple of years. He was very transcendent in that time period of the game for what he was able to do athletically, and then he polished his game towards the end of his career by being more of a footwork guy, playing in and out, going in the post and scoring that way.
yeah,
If you're letting in Grant Hill, if you're letting in Penny Hardaway,
right.
if Tracy McGrady is a Hall of Famer, I think you have to let
letting in.
Blake
Yeah,
Griffin in.
that's I think it's one of those like Cam said it perfect is for what the Hall of Fame should be. A player like Blake Griffin should not be in the Hall of Fame, but what it actually is, I think Blake will probably get in.
Yeah, because Draymond's also a Hall of Famer.
I don't want to talk about Draymond no more. He gets on my fucking nerves. But what do y'all want to leave the listeners with?
I'll just
Definitely.
leave with Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah,
to
Happy
all the
Mother's
moms out
Day.
there. And
Yep.
all the listeners' moms, man. Happy Mother's Day to y'all's moms. But yeah.
It's a nice rainy Sunday. Yeah, nice rainy Sunday. Get cozy. We got a lot more basketball, a lot more baseball, a lot more stuff to watch. So
About to
we're gonna
have a
keep
lot
people
more
happy.
college football. So,
Stupid.
well, I appreciate it. and glad to be back. But we will be back next
sir.
week. We out.